Welcome back. So now you guys have a general idea about how I want the project to be set up. So we're going to start off by making a solution with a view, data logic layer, and some entities. That's the first thing we're going to do. So I'm going into Visual Studio, making a new project. I'll share this in a new area for you. So I will in the bottom add a link for where to get the project from. So let's start out with a name. Let's call it a PersonManagerApp. That's going to be the name. The name for my application, the view. This is actually the view project I'm putting in the name for here, and this is the solution name. So the solution name will be called Manager App, but my console application will be called Person Manager Console. I'll show you in a second what that means and where it places those names. I want to store it under my work folder. So Person Manager Console, that's a project name. Person Manager App, that's the solution name. So that's also the name that's being put on the work now. So let's say OK to show you what it actually creates for me. This is the first step to make this new project for my beautiful setup here. So now I'm building the view inside the new solution. That's the goal of it. Just give it a second and it'll get there. There we go. So now I have my console application. Again, now I have my view here. So the top guy, the user interface, is ready. That's not enough. I want to also add to my solution called Person Manager App. I want to add a new thing that we haven't touched yet, and that's a new project again, but this time it's a DLL file. It's a class library. Now, if you guys have ever touched a Windows program, you've probably seen .dll in some of the files. That's what we're getting here. It's not an executable file, but it's something the executable files can use. So it's a way to make machine code available in chunks called DLL files. So we're going to make this, and let's just call it the data logic layer. So you guys can remember that name. It could have been called DLL, it's up to you. And it saves it under the map, Person Manager App, and I'll say OK. So now we have two projects here. One is an executable, the other is a DLL, and I need one more because I also had one called entity. So let me just show you. I have this one now, this guy up here, and I have this one now, those two projects, but I also need this guy that's going to be shared between the two projects. It's a class library again. I'm going to call it entities, just that. Very simple. No, let me call it a bit more than that. Let me call it person app entities. There we go. Another class pops up here. Now before we end this one, I just want to remove all the class files. You will make some new ones. So it's just a default one it creates automatically. I'll remove that one, and the same with this one. Let's get those out of the way. I'll make my own one in the next lessons. So now I'm pretty much ready to start working with my three projects under the same solution, and this is going to be our application that we're going to build in the next couple of lessons. So see you next time.